I released my first podcast episode in 2015, and the way it happened was crazy because it wasn't intentional. I didn't wake up one day and say, let me podcast today. That's not how it happened. Now, at this time, podcasting wasn't really popular like it is today, and no one was doing podcasts with videos. It was all audio, at least to my knowledge. But the way it happened was I was getting ready to release my first independent album called From Nothing. I went through a distribution platform called CD Baby. Now, CD Baby has some kind of artist newsletter. I believe that's what it's called. And they'll give you updates on different things that you could use that'll help you push your music as an independent artist and other stuff related to that. They're pretty much giving you pointers and information that could be beneficial to you. But I came across some sort of article that was about podcasting. Now, at this time, I knew nothing about podcasting. But I started reading the article, and it was talking about how podcasting could be beneficial to artists, producers, singers, and anyone in music entertainment. And it detailed how podcasting was quickly becoming the new wave. And it gave a little brief description of what a podcast is. And it gave me the idea to talk about my music journey. Everything from before and the way I had to push my music all the way till now how I was going digital. So I did it, and I released it on my own YouTube channel that I was just getting started off with. I was also new to YouTube, so my channel was fairly new. All I really had was videos of me making beats and recording the music that I was working on. So I figured, why not give it a shot? So that's what I did. I recorded audio of me talking about everything I was learning as an independent artist and everything that I was learning with earning through digital streams. I talked about how I used to have to sell my music out the trunk of my ride and how I felt about being able to reach more people because now it's digital. I didn't really have to get out there and take it to them personally or to send my music through the mail because I used to do all of that. So I gave a whole description of everything I used to have to do as an independent artist and how the music distribution was changing. After I was done, I uploaded it to my YouTube channel. A couple days go by and I forget about it because at that time, I was heavily active in making music, so all my time went to making music. I rarely was on the internet, especially YouTube. So after a couple of days go by, I get ready to upload some new content, and I see that video has over 20,000 views and hundreds of comments. And it caught me by surprise because everything that I uploaded before that had good views, but nothing like that in that quick amount of time. And everybody in those comments was asking all kinds of questions. Where it was available, how do I get it on all these streaming platforms, what could they do? You know, they were asking for all kinds of pointers, whether it was releasing music or recording music. And then they were asking me certain questions about the music equipment I was using at that time. You know, everything was regarding music, and I answered every single comment that was in those comments. So what I didn't know at the time was by me answering every single comment, it helped push the algorithm of that video. And then after a couple of weeks, it passed 50,000 views and it just kept going up. And once that happened, I ended up getting a Google partnership, and I started earning money on all my content through Google AdSense. I had no idea what that was. I never had nobody tell me if you do this, you can earn money this way. Nobody ever really helped me with anything because I was learning and the people around me, they were learning. I had no idea what that was, and I had no idea that I could make money through YouTube like that. But that started my whole podcast journey, and it also let me know that I could earn money other ways through the internet, not just music. And I started to see that there's actually a fan base for audio content. So every month I made sure to release new audio of me talking about different things about the music business and everything that I was learning. So I was pretty much answering every comment that was in my first audio podcast, and I just made new audio from that. But then in 2020, during the pandemic, that's whenever I really started to do video podcast content. And once I did that, I started to have those videos blow up on Facebook Reels and TikTok and Instagram Reels and even the YouTube Shorts. And then eventually started to earn money through all of those platforms. And every time I would post that content, I would add my own beats that I released that were available on those music libraries on every platform that I was posting on. So I was getting paid for the views on the content that I posted on that social media, as well as the audio that was inserted in the background, because the audio were my beats. All my sounds, my beats were released on every social media platform as well as streaming platforms. Everything you hear in the content are beats that I produced and I released through those social media platforms. So I say all of that to say this: there's literally a fan base out there for everything. If you're comfortable enough to talk on or off camera, and if you're strong enough and able to deal with the hate that comes with it, then you can make it happen. And I also say this to every single musician out there. Don't be afraid to release your music because there's literally a fan out there waiting to hear what you got. You just gotta find those people. Well, actually, those people will find you. I hope this helps. Much success.